Hey everyone, welcome. We're going to jump into a best of three traditional. Oh, no, sorry, not best of three. I'm lying already. We are jumping into a best of one. That's right. I asked chat and they spoke, and we are doing a best of one today. Premiere. We've had really great success in the Premiere queues so far. I had one off-air 1-3 disaster, but literally every other Premiere I've played, I've 7-1. I've never had this kind of success in a format ever, but it's only like in Premiere. If you look at my traditional record, it's pretty normal for me, but I've been playing at a 78% win clip in Premiere, and my usual best of one win rate is more in the low mid 60s. So I don't know whether I'm just ahead of the average drafter curve on this one, especially with human drafting now, whether I've gotten exceptionally lucky, or and whether, this, even if I'm just extra good at this format compared to others, 78% is off the charts for me relative to where I'm where I usually am. And so, yeah, we're running well. Like I got 30, and we bought the Mastery Pass for 3,400 gold, and we have almost 35,000 because I just keep coming out ahead in these. But I don't think it'll last. But I'm going to keep trying to not worry about the results and continue to worry about my decisions, which I feel like have a lot of room for improvement. So I can pat myself on the back about all these 7 wins I have, but I just see a lot of room for improvement, better awareness of the various tricks that are possible, better awareness of what mutated creatures can do. There's lots of stuff I can do to improve at this format, even with the success rate I'm having. There's pretty little you can do to improve on your retail Magic shopping experience besides going to Card Kingdom, though. You can find some places that approach their quality in some areas, but it is a complete package of customer service, inventory, speed of shipping, price, and buy list quality. There, I can honestly and enthusiastically encourage you to do your retail Magic shopping there. You can check them out, especially via my affiliate link down below in the panels. That is the way they know that you got there from here. It helps everybody involved. So, am I aware of certain personality traits that hamper your improvement? I don't know if you mean like am I aware of who I am as a person and how it interferes with my growth, or where I have leaks as a player. Like I talk about various leaks I'm aware of all the time that I'm working on plugging. Chat can probably name a bunch of them who've watched me a bunch, but like number one is I get focused on board control and can literally forget to kill the opponent sometimes. Like I can miss lethal in my obsession with maintaining winning the board state. I joked one time, hold on, I don't want to win yet. I can control this board for a couple more turns, right? So that's a leak of mine that I'm aware of. Yeah, chat probably has some other. I often play lands without thinking about it, whether I should or not. I often don't completely plan out my whole turn. I'll plan out what I want to cast and then cast it, and realize that I haven't planned out my combat, and that if I had planned out combat, I would have done, I would have cast things differently. So like I can name places where I know I continue to need to work on those things. I don't know if you mean that, or like I'm a stubborn guy, so therefore I don't like to see where I'm wrong. Like that could be what you're talking about, where if I'm too stubborn to grow in certain places because I want to be right or something like that. Anyway, let us jump in. You're welcome, Climb. Glad you're here. Depending on, like, I like Divine Arrow. Clash is a little expensive. Divine Arrow at 2, you can use it while you're still like looking for your land or whatever. So I like the cheaper removal better, Pacifism and Divine, because at least you can use it while you're looking for it. Okay, what do we got here? Extinction Event is our rare. 3 and a black, sorcery, choose odd or even, exile each creature with converted mana cost with chosen value. That seems incredibly strong. And in terms of leaning towards cycling, what do we have here? Nothing. You know, we have like a cycling 2 in red. We have a cathartic reunion. I have totally come around on cathartic reunion as being like, I am sad if my cycling decks don't have one of these, because the mid-late game cathartic reunion where you pitch 2 lands and the cathartic reunion and draw 3 fresh cards is really incredible. So yeah, we're gonna take the rare. We don't have anything, you know. I'm gonna continue to keep my eye out for the cycling deck, but I'm not a slave to it. We're gonna see the obvious quality here and go for it. Now we have a Dire Tactics that matches the color of our premium first pick, and it's in a color pair I actually like a lot. I was mentioning how white-black humans is an interesting fallback position from a failed cycling deck. Update is available. Please restart. I am drafting. I'll restart. Can I draft first? You like Whisper or Nipper? I think this is so good. We should take it. I can't pass this. This removal is too good, and it's on color. There is, I would note, a cycling 1 here, but still no payoffs. Nothing saying that I should be in cycling. Here's this is interesting just because it is at least 2 of our, it is on color so far. I've been resisting playing these. They never seem like they're where I want to be, and I don't think so here either, right? We just want a Blood Curdle. Yeah, Ultimatum would be fun, but I can't. It doesn't feel like the grown-up pick when there's a Blood Curdle here. Yeah, all removal. I'm still going to take the removal. We'll find... this just makes me want card draw, though. I really want to get that 4-mana card draw spell from Dominaria now. Take the Barons. Snare Tactician is the first... You know, suddenly there's payoffs, right? I can't believe the Snare Tactician is here. But it is human, and it is even fine with just light cycling, so I'm going to take it. Obviously, this is at its finest when you're cycling like a mad person, but we'll take it. And on that front, what do we want here? There's a Corpse Churn, but I'm into the wilds here. Yeah, I think we take the wilds, and then allows us to do some splashing, possibly. Backwater is also interesting, but wilds is a more flexible splash tool. Here's a Tranquil Cove that could do that as well, but I think we're fine with a Deadeye or a... This is the white... This is the human deck. This is the human colors, so I could take that. Scatter is an interesting suggestion of openness, but I think we just stick with the human thing we're heading towards. And I think it's Deadeye or Sergeant. I think Deadeye in a vacuum is better than Sergeant, but I also think that we are more like the Sergeant has a good argument in the heavy human deck. But we'll start there. Here's another Deadeye, but a Coil Bug or a charge. Coordinated Charge is good in the human deck if you end up with making the tokens. Coil Bug is good, but you want second Deadeye over first Coil Bug? I want you to note our curve. I get that this isn't great, but I can't take a second 4-drop when we have no playable 2-drops. Zero. This isn't a 2-drop. This costs 2 mana, but it's not a 2-drop. This Corpse Churn is enough. There's no cycling 1. I always look for cycling 1 now to gack from the cycling decks. You like wins here? Are we really? You think we really going to end up in blue? We have seen some blue go by, so we could take that on the spec. Yeah, maybe. This is definitely a better card than the Corpse Churn. And we don't want a lot of these. We can pick one of these up later. So that's a reasonable suggestion to hedge that way. Here we could hedge towards a caves, setting us up for a red splash with this Evolving Wilds, or we take something like the Several as a playable 2, but again, not a human, not really what we want. I got a Coil Bug in it too now. And the white-black human didn't wheel. Yeah, we may be fighting for 2 colors and an archetype, but what can we do? I mean, we can take a cycling 1 here, but there's this is where it's hard. Like, I want to take this from a cycling deck, but there's a glider which we maybe need just to fill out our deck. But if we think blue's open, we can also take this and maybe look to go black-blue. I'm going to take this cycle 1 in a narrow pick. I think that glider is just whatever. And yeah, like Capture Sphere here makes me think we should just move into blue a little bit more. See what the next pack tells us to do. Another 1-mana cycler. I'm going to take that over the Anticipate again. I don't love these, but if we get... I don't love these unless we intend to cast them, or unless we intend to abuse cycling. But we can start to shave lands if we get enough of them. There you go. That's interesting. I don't think I'm playing Crustacean even in black-blue. What's this? Blue, red-green to mutate. What does it do? Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card on the battlefield or into your hand. Probably going to take it for collection building unless there's something really stupid for our deck. Yeah, we do have the red land, and we might be getting into blue. Blue-black. I don't think this is the pick for our deck, but I don't pass mythics often on accounts where I collection build. So I'm gonna take this for collection building, and we'll see if we play it. Harvester would be my pick, yes, if I weren't openly mythic drafting. Oh, it is optimal, Duke. It depends on what your goals are. For my goals, it's actually optimal. We got another Blood Curdle, which is all well and good, but doesn't matter if we don't find card draw. We're in blue now, though, so blue-black removal card draw seems fine. Bastion is good in the humans deck. I think we're kind of getting away from the white, though. Maybe we splash for Dire Tactics or something. Ominous Seas is an interesting option. Yeah. I'd pull it if we were not under a clock. With 2 Blood Curdle and an Extinction Event and a Sphere and a Gust, I think we can go ahead and, yeah, we can take something more win conditioning like an Ominous Seas here. What's this? Space Godzilla. Oh, this is the Death Touch Cycler. Yeah, we would play that. Is there anything better? This Tranquil Cove is interesting. Would help with the Dire Tactics if we're black-blue control. We're not taking the pet. Vulpikeet, if we were thinking we were still in white, but I'm thinking blue-black is looking more open, so I'm going to take this. Cycler Man. Boot Nipper seems good. I like a Facet Reader for the deck, too. Kind of like card draw, but I'm going to take Nipper. Pacifism. Can we splash? I guess we don't need to. There's a dead weight here. Excuse me, you got itchy eye. I'm going to reserve the dead weight. Yeah, you want to see curve view? Sure. Oh, good. We're only in pack 2. I was feeling like, uh-oh, I don't know how good this deck is. But we're at pack 2. I'm feeling a lot better now. Lifelink Mentor. Yeah, let's look at this Mentor. Do we have other lifelink besides the one it creates? Not really. Oh, we have Boot Nipper. Okay. Yeah, Mentor, we're also pretty absent at 3. I'm with you. And it's a human, which we have some stuff going towards. Yuck. This is a bad pack for us. Might just take the collection. Oh, Bushmeat Poacher is good enough. Sorry. I really didn't take in this card, but if you take this card out of the pack, I think you just take the rare, but we could use the Poacher. Oddity. Oh, Oddity cycles too. Yeah, maybe. Sorry, I was still in kind of a white black headspace. We could just take the Oddity too. Is that better than the Poacher? What do you think? Giving a flying counter on cycling. I think I'm going to take the Oddity. It's uncommon. I want a Poacher, but I only want 1, so we're going to try and get a Poacher before the end of things. Here, another Oddity over like stealing one of the one mana cyclers. I know this is something else, huh? So I guess if I had forced red-white cycling, we might actually have a decent situation. Wowie. Yep. That makes me sad. Hard to look at. But we probably just want this. Or Convolute. What fiddles? You don't think the double flyer was right for us? The Oddity? Not sure which thing you're saying wasn't right for us. I'm going to take the 1 mana cycler here over Convolute. Yeah, maybe I should just take the counterspell. I'm being a little stubborn, but look at this. I guess red-white cycling was, in fact, wide open. Ugh. We can still get into it. Oh, forcing cycling wasn't right. Yeah, no, we didn't have the lures to get into it properly, but now, geez, it's like making me want to just pivot to it. It's still wide open. Yeah, it's pack 2. You're right, Yankum. It wasn't flowing this way, so it makes complete sense that it's flowing this way. Nah, I think we're still in the right place. Although we could take, well, this is an interesting pick then. Like Day Squad Marshal, if we think we might get back to black-white humans, or Convolute as a medium. I just don't like Convolute though. I'm going to take the Marshal. I think the chance of us still ending up back in black-white is higher than me wanting to play a Convolute. One mana cycler going 13th? Oh, Crystal for splashing the Mythic is interesting. Reconnaissance mission with all those flyers seems decent. But what are we doing? We take a healer. Nobody's... Last pick Snare Tactician. Yeah, Dark Bargain is really what we kind of want, huh? That's what this deck is missing more than anything. I really want this, but this is cute card draw. This is just take it, do it card draw. So I'm going to do this. I'm still super sad about how this is shaping up. Oh, this is okay. We can't really do the copy. Oh, here's the Blood Curdle too. Would we rather kill more stuff or copy the best thing on the battlefield? We're low on 3, excuse me, but if we got a lot of 2s, I'm not too worried about that. Another Curdle. Yeah, playable gems too. We do get to cycle Aven Oddity a million times on 3. That's one of our options. Night Squad Commando gives us something to do on 3 if we've found something to do on 2. I think Man, flying 2/4s are good. But yeah, we don't have... This is a better 3. I'm just... The cycling deck going by is tragic. Yeah, Ultimatum, also interesting. I'm not taking it, though. I missed it. Maybe if it wheels. I'm going to take a Boot Nipper here. Continuing our... You want a lockdown? Do you think we're human enough? Do you think, those of you excited about lockdown, do you think we're black-white or blue-black? Like, the thing I know is that we're black. I'm taking that because I know we're black. And yeah, if we're a rescuer, then we want... Right? I know, Fox. This should just be a monstrously good cycling deck. I don't think we had a good way into it, but... yeah, we could do Leak as well. I take the Leak. It's a 1-mana cycler we can play, and it's good when you play it in control. Here's a Corpse Churn. I was talking about wanting a Corpse Churn, but we also have a Reconnaissance Mission for more card draw if we end up in... with a double Oddity, I think I like this. Development is also interesting. Yeah. But I think this has more application as a castable spell for us than this, so I'm going to take this. Yeah, cycle 2 versus cycle 1, and a better effect for being cast. I could take the Falls, and then we actually have a shot at Mythos, but I don't think it's worth running it in that spot. Probably just want some more card draw, that's fine. Oddity comes back. And does make me just want to... I mean, we could do a keep safe. Yeah, I'm going to take Oddity. Another recon mission. I want the... With the reconnaissance mission, I liked the 3rd flyer. And here's another possibility for development, but I also like, again, this has cycling, and it really works with those flyers, so I'm going to take that. Facet Reader is a fine 2 to add. We just want Mutual Destruction, I think, even though... Yeah, another reader. Yeah, we probably... With Evolving Wilds and Caves, we can absolutely consider this dude. If we're black-blue... We just need a 1 red source, so we can run Evolving Wilds, Caves, and 1 mountain, and he's pretty easily splash that. Hey, Corpse Churn is nice. Yeah, Lizard, we got pulled. I mean, if anybody here went hard into white-black humans, you would have ended up with a fine deck. I think we ended up with a fine deck. I don't know which is better, but I'm pretty content with my picks. We actually have a gem grind. First natural gem grind to the format. Yeah, it was there was a good situation to be in where it's like, oh well, there's but I think if we cut all the white, and for now all of the 1-mana cyclers even, and just take a look at what the deck presents without that stuff. These kind of become cycle 2s. Too fast. Ominous Seas, Corpse Churn. Oh yeah, let me get to deck building. Thank you. Oh, there were people who were who really wanted to take Bastion when that came early, and then they would have been well rewarded with eventually a nice black-white cycling deck. But yeah, I like where we're at. Let's first, yeah, maybe one recon is correct. Yeah, with 13 creatures, we don't want one of these shown early. We want one of these late. So it's a fine, hey, well, let's throw this down and get some oddities in, or and also with reconnaissance mission, Frostveil ambush. I think we can cut one, but I actually like one. Maybe we need to just cut both though. Probably don't need mutual destruction. We're not making tokens, and we have well, it's this thing, right? It's trying to make sure we can cast our Ghidorah, and it's I think it's actually good because you're saying the 3 forest is interesting. Maybe it doesn't understand that Evolving Wilds counts as a green source, but I like that it's saying, oh, you have 1 green card, you need 3 sources. So that's actually pretty reasonable. We're not going to play any, of course. We are just looking to mutate this. Cut mutual. Did I? What? I don't even know what mutual is. Oh, yeah. Already did. Yep. How does this look? 13. Oh, there's only 14 land. We gotta, sorry. This is not a cycling deck. I cut the green without putting it back. It's like, hey, we made it to 40. Cool. No, Ryan, you did not make it to 40. So we have, let me go like this. I think we need 1 mountain, which is in there. And then we just want boom, 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 right? Kind of even it up there. And now we have 3 cuts to make. Yeah, I'll upgrade those lands when we have settled on our spells. Maybe this is not a Corpse Churn deck, but yeah, 1 facet reader can go. I'm with you, Mike. I was looking at that. Usually you just want to pitch the second to the first anyway. And then, yeah, I think I'm right on the Corpse Churn. I think that can go. And then actually we have a low enough curve and enough, like we have cycling 1. How much cycling 1 do we have? We have that, we have that. I mean, I think I either just cut the ambush and add a land or run 16. Win condition is attrition. Win condition, Mensch, is that between Of One Mind and Dark Bargain and Reconnaissance, we draw enough cards so that we put an endless supply of octopi and our creatures just get there. Yeah, give Godzilla flying. We have lots of win conditions. I'm just trying to get this last card taken care of. Yeah, I know. I get... I'm all on board the unlands. I'm just not doing it yet. Hold on. We've got 2 backwaters. That's good, too. East wants to cut it for forest. Mike wants to cut a land and keep the ambush. We would rather cycle for Ominous Seas. That's a fair point. All right, I'm going to go with Mike's suggestion of keeping this, dropping a land, and A little bit more we want to do early with black than blue, but we do have double blue and no double black, so I'm going to cut a single swamp. And we're going to come up with a name. You come up with a name while I get the lands that we want. So we're going to get 1 mountain, 5 swamps, and 6 islands. Yeah, we're gonna churn our splash sources. We will see. We got 3. And I cut the churn anyway, right? Fibblethip sleeves, you got it. Get in here, Fib. And anybody get the box? Let me know if somebody got the box art. Yeah, the cycling deck we missed in this event was sad, but I think we have a good deck. Let's see how it goes. Oh, we didn't name it, though. Did anybody come up with a good name? Ominous Ambush? How about Ominous Signals? Because look, Mama. Ominous Signals because of the cycling deck we passed, and because in honor of that, I'm gonna put a cycling 1 card in the box. Oh, I missed it. I know. Why wasn't... we tried... Like, I was ready, I was looking, we just didn't get into it enough early. All right. Sure. Gonna go get black mana, though. We'll find our red splash later. Slow, but I can't throw it back. It ultimately has some tools to interact with the capture sphere. I'm gonna go and play the seas here. And I'm gonna get you all a parpole, if you want to parpole this. I could play the caves, but we can just divination here, and that seems correct. Great. I love this particular mutate base mutate combo. Brushwagon to Great Horn is a really nice play for turn 3 for Oppo. Now we can choose whether we're going to try and contain that play via Boot Nipper or Capture Sphere. Probably just Capture Sphere that. Use all our mana and then potentially... Although if we Boot Nipper, maybe they don't attack, and then we can Reconnaissance Mission, and they're danged if they do, danged if they don't. So that's interesting. We can play the caves and just Boot Nipper here. I mean, yeah, what I kind of like is, yeah, it has trample. It doesn't mean they're going to attack into Death Touch. Just because, like, they're not going to be like, 2 damage. Yeah, we're going to give up this creature. I'm going to go, I'm going to play the creature. It develops the board a little more, and I think it'll successfully dissuade Oppo. I could have given it lifelink since this gives Death Touch, but I'm hoping to put this on something else. All right. See? I'm glad we did now, because I want to capture sphere that. And I'm going to go ahead and give this up. Removal.deck coming through. We could cycle this, but we've got mana here. So let's just tap this down. And we got tools here. I know it has flash. I was just doing it while shields were down. I guess you maybe were thinking they might have mutated onto it. I just was my heuristic that took over there was do it while their mana's tapped. I didn't really think it through though, so maybe there was better reasons to not do it that way. Now I'm going to play the land, and we're in a position where we're trying to figure out whether we're cycling this or saving this. But we don't need to really decide now because our main play is holding up Curdle for their possibilities. So I am going to, even though my heuristic caused me to capture Sphere the Nightmare kind of without thinking too much about it, without counter magic, I am going to hold the Blood Curdle in case of Mutate, because they're clearly showing Mutate. I mean, not in hand, but a Mutate deck is all I mean by that. And yeah, I'm going to Curdle for sadly no counter value, but... yeah, we could take 3, but our deck is kind of built around removal and card draw, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. And yeah, I think we do need to cycle. I think Mike's right about that as well. And Zori. I mean, we're close to hard casting this bad boy. And close to getting Octopi. And look, more removal. That's what I mean. So here I like Boot Nipper on Lifelink, since we have Death Touch counter. Although I'm going to try and hard cast this, so maybe I still want Death Touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we're a couple draws away. And we can always Death Touch the Commando, so I'll Death Touch the Nipper. You like Lifelink? I mean, the thing is, we're at 15. It's not like our life total matters. I just feel like in the future, Death Touch will matter more to this board than the Lifelink. So even though I know we have triple Death Touch, etc., for future purposes, I think it's correct to plan for Death Touch. Well, looks like it's not mattering. Anything we can do? Nothing needs to be done here. Just let that happen and feel pretty okay about it, given what's coming. I mean, they must have something for the ominous, for the token, or they wouldn't have done that, right? Well, I assume our 8/8 is dead, given that, but we're going to keep making them use their removal on it. It's not like the Seas goes away. We're going to make more Krakens. Yeah. So, again, no surprise there. They wouldn't have done this if they weren't going to do that, but we are going to continue to make them do it. I could play Commando for, like, no value here. I don't know what that gets us. I'd rather just hold everything and pass. Yeah, it's a weird hand, isn't it? Commando is fine. Maybe I'm being too controlling for my own good. But, like, I guess Commando... I guess it was, like, we can't hold up... Yeah, we can't hold up Curdle with Commando, so that's... Yeah, we could copy the C's. It's permanent, right? It's not even that. It was holding up Curdle. Well, we can't mutate this onto nothing. One person has suggested running a Miser's Forest for exactly this situation. I didn't do it, but we could talk about that later. Yeah, copying Godzilla, it's a legend. Is it legendary? Yeah, it's not a legend. That's what these Godzilla treatments make me think they're all legendary, but they're not. So I held Commando before because I wanted to keep up Blood Curdle, but maybe that doesn't matter. Okay, that's fair. I'll toss this out and we'll see what life brings us after this. Yeah, true, and if they want to use removal on the Commando, we wouldn't hate that. We could copy the boar so that we could mutate onto it. Copy forest. Interesting. Interesting, but I think we can just do it the old-fashioned way now, right? I would rather just copy the boar and do it that way. But great thought. I think the forest suggestion was before the boar hit, which I hadn't thought about. Mentor, add some lifelink. Yeah, let's just copy the boar here and go for mutating next turn. Nah, I like just, because we can mutate onto this now, so I think we'll be quite pleased. If they don't have the kill. I mean, I think eventually we're just going to hardcast Space Godzilla, and that's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, they may have removal here. We're going to make them have it, but the great thing, they don't have counter magic, so they can't counter this, which means at the very worst we get a 6/6. Yeah, if you put a menace counter on a boar, it's unblockable. So a menace counter from something from the Curdle would make this unblockable. And yeah, we'll take that action. Not gonna chump the boar. A little worried about losing a race to it, but we have the Curdle for it, so I'm gonna attack. It's not about need, Mike. It's about the fantasy. It's about living the dream, friend. One does not need to live dreams. Yeah, lifelink, blood curdle, and then lifelink. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna see dreams. It's all about dreams, Mike. Like we could hard cast a Space Godzilla. That's a fine dream. That's a fine dream, but I'm so much more interested in the. Ooh, indestructible. Nice. So now, let's see, do we have to consider holding back? Really, I shouldn't give it Menace. I should give, like, the Commando or the Commando Menace. And then, yeah, lifelink the Flyer, and we start to win the race. So, but I was gonna joke. I was gonna put Menace here because it just gives it everything or whatever. But Mike is right. You know, Menace on the ground is what makes sense. Cute would be on putting everything on this, but correct is ground, and then lifelink on the Flyer. If they don't kill this turn, it puts the race out of reach, I think. And what are we attacking with in that case? I'm going to send everything. If we have to, we can chump with Mentor. I think that closes the game. Mike wanted to hold back because the clock is the same and it would mitigate risk of removal on our 6/6 more, but I agree with the read that they didn't have removal or they would have already done it. I think we still get it here, unless they come up with something here. We have a Menace 2 drop, Menace 2 power, and Flying 2 power, so we're showing 4 right here. Yeah, they give it up. GG. Well, maybe we can make Diamond today. So I don't know how many wins it takes. Is like 5. If we 7-0, we probably get hit Diamond. Well, it's not the incredible cycling deck that could have been, but maybe more entertaining for you all. And we still got the win. No blue yet, but with Nipper on 2 and Mentor on 3, we're going to keep. I think it's Diamond. I think that's the highest rank, because I play across so many accounts. Yes, you can do... Oh, while drafting? I don't know about while drafting, but, like, I think there's something in graphics. Or somewhere. There's some setting somewhere. All right. Red-white cycling deck with Luris. No problem. It's a problem. This is going to get lifelink naturally, so we're going to give it Death Touch, or like if we Mentor, it's going to get lifelink. Really want to see... Like, I feel like I've already lost. Like, a Luris deck, a Luris cycling deck that's managed a turn 2 healer feels scary. But Luris as a companion does mean that they are really pinched on which cycling cards they can play. So maybe it's not a cycling deck. Maybe it's just small stuff. Yeah, you're a reasonable point, developer, and Yankum. I'm going to say no blocks. We have some lifelink to help us win a race. Oh, only permanents? Yeah, each permanent card. Yeah, actually, so they can still get a lot of the payoffs. Never mind. That does explain some of that. This is a reasonable cycle, but I'm going to go ahead and mentor the Nipper. It's a little bit risky. They may actually come with something to kill it in response. Maybe I should go with the other Nipper. So, yeah, no Tactician. Mentor and get in. I'm just not sure we're gonna get in if we mentor. They got a lot of open mana here, Mike. Maybe we're supposed to go for it, but all right, we'll try it. But I have reservations. It's a reasonable heuristic, Norbert, but sometimes you gotta underspend to properly set your board. If it drew a Mystic Subdual, that's not the worst. And do we call the bluff here? Because we can eventually actually move this Boot Nipper into plus power territory. Yeah, I'm going to take 2. Oh, right, it loses everything. You're right. Never mind. So given that, maybe I should have blocked. But one thing I like about waiting here is if we find an island, we get of 1 mine for 1 blue. So hoping we find an island here. And if not, we may just have to go ahead and cycle Space Godzilla, put a pretty decent Death Touch counter here. Or maybe I take it back. We're going to go attack and Night Squad Commando. Oops. Well, I tried to go back and unattack with the Nipper, but maybe they'll be scared. Yeah, I wouldn't have blocked this. There's no reason to. The red splash is the mythic Teamer mutate that mutates for blue-blue, red-green hybrid. So if they specifically have 2 cycle 1s and a cycle 2, blocking the fox is bad. If they have anything less than that or a trick, like we're actually pretty happy with moving in on the fox. I think I like moving in on the fox and making him have it, given what else we have in hand. Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're willing to suicide it in because they can just recast it. Is that what's going on here, you think? Except they can't, they don't have the white mana to do that. Upside is low, but they can't do it this turn. Do they have them? It's white-black, and they need white-white for Luris, and then they can't recast a fox. So I am gonna double it. But then we just lose our dude. Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, if we call a bluff, it should be here, right? Well, how are we winning? I mean, that's the other thing. Are we racing? Do we think we can win this race? I guess I'll say no blocks here because I'm nervous about it, but maybe we can race given our potential for lifelink. well, that's going to find us our island. We could cycle first in case there's an island on top, and then we can actually still one with mine. If we don't, we could cycle. We could also cycle here and give something flying. Kind of want to give a lifelinker flying, though. So I think I'll wait on the oddity, or... yeah, that's true. Sorry, it's not doesn't cycle for colorless. So then I guess I am gonna cycle Space Godzilla looking for an island. And we're gonna give Death Touch to this. Well, we could give it to the 1/1, and then it makes this more of a useful creature. I think I'm going to do that. Turning a 1/1 into a legit card is nice. Ah, that's interesting, but we'll go get blue with this here. And that is a spicy top deck. But yeah, we leave Death Toucher back, right? That's kind of the point of it. And we... Yep, all right, that looks good. I think it's a layer thing that I don't understand. We're racing because I feel like flying lifelink, boot nipper, and extinction event can help us win a race. But we're probably extinctioning for odd. And I'm gonna go... we'll try this. And even at this point, this... First strike. Red trick. I mean, there could be lots of things, but what are we not blocking? Right now, extinction would pick odd, but not if this works. And we don't have any like sacrificing our own stuff, so we can let this boot nipper go. Although maybe it's worth more life later if the fox gets big again. I'm gonna do this. We'll be able... We still have 2 humans and can play a non-human, so we'll still get of 1 mind for 1. Yeah, we need to exile Luris. Probably not doing 1 of 1 mind next turn, even. Oh, maybe. Okay, with Luris, I think we just have to exile 3s now. We lose our mentor. Oh, we actually lose our board in that case. But maybe we still have to just do it. Hat says we get it all, but part of the all we get is losing all our stuff, which is unfortunate. But gotta do it or we just lose the game, right? I'm sad. Well, yeah, the sadness is we gotta pay 3 for our of 1 mind later, but okay. Yeah, they keep healer, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I do too, Kruzica. Now I have strong regrets there. I still didn't. We only had 2 humans there. That's what Kruzica is talking about. If I hadn't chumped with the nipper, we would have been able to do it. But now I'm just going to hard cast an oddity and see if that works and see if that blocks 2/2s. But yeah, if I had kept Nipper, we'd already have resolved this, have 2 more cards to work with, probably another land out, all that good stuff. But at 11, with our hand, I really like our chances here. Cycle count. I'm not sure what you mean, East. Like theirs? Oh, like in their graveyard? Like, are we going to get burnt out? 1, 2, 3, 4 currently. So we can go Nipper, draw 3, or draw 2. But I'm going to just do another hardcast oddity. Yeah, we can go Nipper, lifelink, and then cycle Nipper into the air, and then that's pretty good. And oddity is preserving our life total, but cycling onto this one should start to win that race. But if they kill the Nipper, I won't want to have attacked with the oddity, so I'm going to play it conservatively here. This is one of those corner turning situations that you hear Marshall and Luis talking about too. Like, when do we we could also just go, since we have Capture Sphere to hold up, and then we Capture Sphere if we need to, and cycle oddity if we don't need to. So that may be a reason to be aggressive. I think I'm going to do that. I think the Capture Sphere availability makes me okay with getting aggressive here. Cycling healers. Yeah, exiling Lurrus is huge because we deny them recursion, although they're not playing the black that tends to get that back. Okay. That means we can spend our turn cycling and we can capture next turn. Zenith count is now up to like 5. I have done that, James, but kind of just to be cute. It didn't really matter. It was just to do it. I just did it because I wanted to do it. It didn't actually help my game in any significant way. I want a 2/1 flyer with lifelink, but maybe we don't. That Archangel's question is, do we need it to fly? Maybe we don't. Maybe with this cycling, the real question here is whether Oppo finds the Zenith Flare they're looking for. So we could just Capture Sphere the healer, keep it down, and then attack with this on the ground naturally. Well, we gain some life either way. I'm going to go with the Capture Sphere play, although they just drew some cards. We may end up wishing we Capture Sphere something else. But we hopefully get the lifelink going here. Or not. I'm gonna go for the card draw. When do we use the memory leak? I'm gonna hardcast Oddity here. You know, yeah, well, because if they, but the thing is, like, we're totally gonna, their Flare is still in their library though. They don't have the Zenith in hand. Watch. They have the Zenith. They don't have it. But you're right. If they do, we want to leak before it's lethal. Maybe they do. Look at this Shatter Pause. Yes, they do have it. Good call, chat. Leak's not a sorcery. Or leak's not an instant. I'm actually going to hard cast Lurking Deadeye now over Avian Oddity. It attacks for more. And they're top decking. I was gonna end up there. We had both. My plan was gonna be 4-drop leak. I just was gonna do the 4-drop first. But then it was like, yeah, you should leak first in case they have counter magic or something. Yeah. I think they could have, if they had just let me, if they had just waited, they could have made me take the Zenith, and then they would have had the blade, whatever. They would have had the blade banish. They might be double Zenith. Let's try to get him dead. I'm gonna hold up Curdle here. Yeah, we very well may be dead to a second Zenith waiting, and they've only got 13 cards, so if they did find a second Zenith, they're pretty likely to end up with it before the game ends, because our clock isn't that great. This is nice, though. We can start looting. I mean, it's a little bit slow for our purposes, but hopefully it'll start helping a lot next turn. That's fine, as long as they're not Zenithing us. Dark bargain indeed. What are our risks of going to 2 against a Luris deck? Stinger. Should we risk it? Flame spill, but they could have it because it's permanence, right? I guess with them at 4, we don't risk it. We make them have something, because if they answer this with creature, we have Blood Curdle. They're still dead with our current board. And still dead with even 2 creatures. If they play 2 creatures, we Blood Curdle 1 and Menace the Deadeye. Alright, well, they're staying alive, staying alive. So now it's a 3-turn clock. Do you think a 3-turn clock is worth bargaining to find help for? 3-turn clock is a lot. Yeah, now I think the risk... Now we've passed that risk point where 1-turn clock versus 3-turn clock is too far. Although I shouldn't do it until the end of their turn. Alright, here we go. We're going to get some life and a bug. Gust of wind is not the worst. Sorcery, it's opponents, right. Oh, we could, we can, next turn, gust, is it, oh, it's non-land permanent. So next turn we can gust the pacifism and win. Oh, sorry, chat was figuring that out too, or figured it out ahead of me. But we'll do that when we're threatening lethal. All right, that was a good win. That was a good win. Get the card. Yeah, fair enough. Boot Nipper, we got some 2-drops. We got a splash to hunt for, and a pretty decent 4. This is a pretty easy keep, especially with the Facet Reader helping us filter. Although we may just start, especially if we draw a land. Like if we're drawing land, I'm just going to go for attackers, not looters. Yeah, I haven't been pulling individual games for a kind of great games thing anymore. I don't know, it wasn't getting a lot of traction as a viewing thing, but I would certainly note that as a good one to check back on. G2. Hey, Norbert. Glad you remembered us. Boot Nipper. Coil Bug. Coil Bug's a little more resilient, and if they kill it, I care less. Nipper can get some lifelink going. Brian wants to lead on Reader. The benefit of leading on Reader is that next turn we can play a 2 and loot, so I get that that line. Yeah, that's a fair line. I like Brian's line. We'll take that. We will Facet Read here so that we can just cycle away the Nipper or a land. If we find a land, we might just keep... sorry, not the Nipper, the Bug. Brian's idea is that with the Bug being able to be recovered from the graveyard, just pitch it and get it later. Yeah, I think that line looks good here. This is a colorless activation, and I'm going to nip... And I'm going to do my usual expectation that Death Touch is just better on these Nippers than the lifelink. It's easy to say, oh, there's nothing out, we want to get some life. It's like, well, the life might not even matter, and the board gets clogged, and suddenly we really wish it was Death Touch. So I'm just anticipating wanting Death Touch here. Crystal makes Mardu. It's like a very splashy crystal. They got all 5 colors right now. Wow, that's a heavy use of a rock slide. We'll take it. Is cycling mythic close with cycling bug? It's so good when you can do it that no, it's not particularly close. I want to save this, splash it, and win with it. Still shipping the bug. To drop a mentor and put a lifelink counter on the reader, that doesn't seem super exciting. But what else are we doing? I'm still going to do it. Oh, it's non-human anyway. Can't even do that. So yeah, if we do that, nothing happens. That makes me want to actually cycle this ambush. Copy crystal now. That's cute, but I can't. And we could even we'd copy the land for green if you want. This doesn't make green. Now, I did this in case we had a 2-drop we wanted to play here. I'm still gonna be very. I know we could ditch this. We can't cast it now, but it's so good once we get there that I don't want to do it. I am going to pitch. I almost want to. Yeah, the land is obvious, but maybe a little greedy. But still, yeah, I'll be greedy. When have I not been greedy? Yeah, Mentor was close. Monkey business there. We're going to take care of, and we're going to copy. Can we copy and fight? We copy it? I don't want them to get a human and then they can get it back is the thing. Or it just gets indestructible, I suppose. Yeah, we can sphere and copy later. I like that. Let's sphere and copy. Because it's not going to... Like, the indestructible doesn't matter if it's under the sphere. So let's go get our red splash. Be able to cast this thing. And let's sphere the ape. Yeah, exactly. The other reason to wait is we want to fight. Like now. Yeah, that would be ugly if they have spinnerets, James. We're gonna hope they don't. Yeah, Ape has its own fight. We weren't doing the Mythos fight. We were doing the rules text on King Kong. Yeah, if we had green, we could have double fought, but we didn't have anything to double fight anyway. Lifelink on Ape, not gonna suck. And yeah, we're gonna do that. And swing. I mean, we could... We'll deal with that thing later. Can't return it for indestructibility unless we have green. We can't do green unless we, like, copy something of theirs. So, no indestructible for us, but it's okay. One land away from being able to do this, which we can now do, and we will do. Blood Curdle giving something menace along with a 6 power in the air should close out the game if their only answer is creatures. Well, their answer is a creature that manages to freeze us for a turn. Yeah, I can't drop an S-bomb, and also I don't like to put effort into rare-only memes. That's reasonable. Chrome comes up with a good point, which I'll talk about after this. But basically, I put in the mountain thinking that, yes, we're trying to splash specifically casting this, but we can put in a forest. It still provides a searchable land with evolving wilds that we can get to mutate this, but it provides a green source, and we still have a red-black tap land, so then we end up with this possibility, occasionally, of red-green both being in play without it changing our strategy at all. So yeah, good call. Anyway, sorry, I was thinking through that, and now I'm looking at an attack. We don't care. Bring it, 5 power dude. Kind of want to bargain, but we can just curdle and get in. Like, curdle the horn and get for 3. And still, yeah. Now we're presenting a lot of lethal. Well, not really a lot. We're presenting 1 lethal threat and a couple of backup plans that'll get them low. We can pay 7 to put a 2/2 onto the battlefield if we think that's the most important thing, or we can dark bargain. Yeah, I don't have the perfect takes on all the companions and how hard we should be trying to companion up versus just playing them. Hopefully this is Oppo just verifying that there's nothing they can do but lose. But we'll see. Cloud Piercer gives some reach. So they can at least block the 6/6, but they'll go down to 1 and have to just have this thing eaten unless they come up with an additional play here. They do not. They give it up. Oh, yeah, dead to trample. Yep. Oppo did the math before I did. And chat. Fumbling my way to 3-0. Just another day in Ikoria. Oh, wait. Couple things I want to do. Fix the deck. Because, did you see what I mean? Like, there's no reason to have a mountain. We should have a forest. And the reason why is because we still have 3 sources. The idea is we want 3 sources to splash the mutate here, but that can be red or green. So we get Evolving Wilds 1, Bloodfell Caves 2, Forest 3, and then that gives us the chance that we end up with a Forest and a Bloodfell Caves on the battlefield, and we can actually pay the kicker on Mythos, and we could do things like activate Stolen Gorillas, that kind of thing. So that's definitely correct over a mountain. Great call. And it, yeah, does open up the hard cast of the Mythic Dude. So with that, and this is the other thing I keep forgetting to do, adding to decks before the event ends so that if we want to battle each other, we can. Easy keep. Love being on the play here. You know, caves into island into seas. Do we have any other mutate creatures? I do not think we do. Ooh, I was going to Ominous Seas. You could make an argument for Coilbug into Commando so we get the Commando. Does Commando change your mind, Mike? I was totally on Seas until we drew a Commando. Now I'm thinking we want to go Coilbug into Commando. And that gives us... That will miss us 2 counters on the Ominous Seas for a 1/1. Maybe that's not worth it. Yeah, I'm back to Seas, because what I'm talking about is giving up 2 turns faster towards an Octopus, all for a 1/1. That's not worth it, so we'll do this. Oh yeah, I should look at their... So they're not doing much, but still, I like this play. And now we can go... let's go Nipper on Death Touch. And Cycle. Yeah, exactly, Norbert. The fact that we had a turn 3 lined up of Nipper plus Cycle on with an Ominous Seas going is why I wanted to do that. Flooding out a bit, but hopefully we find some looting. Yeah, crystals seem very good if this is your boss. It's your companion. That's your buddy. Although this is all they get here unless they cycle, because they only have 2 mana. We could get some stuff up in the air. Probably makes sense. We could cycle to get the Boot Nipper flying, and still play the Coilbug and put another counter on Ominous Seas. I'm going to do that because Cycle draws and allows the Boot Nipper to attack. It's kind of like giving the Oddity haste. Kruzica just likes playing it. But it's the fact that Nipper just is an easy trade with Farfinder that makes me want to do it this way. And it gets an... Again, we're a turn closer. A turn closer on an 8/8. That's a big deal. And we will offer the 1/1 for the Farfinder, though. Uh-oh. Always trouble when they go for the hexproof. And look at how important it is. Hexproof, so big in this format. They're too high of a life total to justify like suiciding something in. Let's see what they mutate here. This is where the mutations come and everything falls apart. If they mutate endlessly on the Terran, we are meat. We are toast. We are whatever food choice you'd like to describe our losing. Oh, we do have a untargeted removal. So if we find our destroy even or odds, we can still kill this. Even so, that's kind of our new target. Find that. Yeah, extinction. Kruzika and I thought of extinction at the same time. Ah, we now understand the trade. Someone said, "Why did they trade Farfinder for a 1/1?" We have our answer. And we have our answer on something to kill. I'm going to go ahead. Well, I was... man, maybe... I'm going to wait on the Curdle. If we happen to draw Cycling, we could make an 8/8 and give it Menace. So I'm going to consider looking for the 8/8 Menace before using the Blood Curdle. It's a little greedy, but we're top decking here, so... Death Touch Menace is interesting. We did get the Cycler even. So we have it. We get Menace on the bug. We can put... We can soon hardcast this. Do we just want to do that? If we make the bug Menace an attack, though, what are we getting out of that? Ah, sure. Okay, then, right. That makes some sense. I wanted to get the octopus out of the deal, but Mike is basically saying, look... Give the coil bug Menace, and then if they're gonna take this trade of Farfinder for bug, we surprise him with Death Touch. That's a great line. Yeah, we could attack. I could have attacked with the Commando 2 and done the same thing. But now we get to hold out and either hard cast that we're close to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we almost have this hard cast. We could get just 2 8/8s going. That's a lot of value for Oppo. They already had an 8th card and then they just drew 3 more. Like, yikes. Well, good news. They're only going to get counters. I'm going to make an octopus, or make a kraken now so that the empathy doesn't give them cards. Normally I'd wait till end of turn. I think the attacks are probably still solid. Like, with Dark Bargain and cycling this, we're actually probably going to make a second 8/8 before this thing is over. If we wait until our Oh, to make the octopus, you mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or the kraken. Oh yeah, sorry, Dark Bargain does not draw. You're right. No extra counters for that. So, I guess we're doing it, although not that big a deal. Wrong way. Doesn't really matter. It's 1 point either way, because we're going to death touch it. But we can put it this way if you want, just in case something happens. Why did you want to make the 8/8 before the cycling? I don't. Maybe I didn't. I'm just curious. Didn't see the need, but maybe I missed something. Oh, in case we wanted to do something else. Sure. Ouch. It's going to be hard to overcome this, folks. I think we're taking our first loss here. I mean, that's kind of what we're trying to do. We'll see. I guess we'll take this and this. Huh, just gonna go get you. Flooding out heavily here. Let's thin our land a bit. We've got 3 land left in the library out of 18. So getting definitely a little unlucky on the land front, but it happens. And we have a death toucher. Are we just staying back and trying to win? No, I guess we're trying to fly to win. Maybe Nipper just gets there in 4 swings. I just assume that Nipper is not going to survive all this card draw from a deck running black. At least if they... Yeah, but we have a double block right now on Karuga. And yeah, gotta do this. I don't even care. If they don't kill the Nipper, I think we're okay. That's the bottom line. If the Nipper survives, we can get... It's just a long time for it to have to survive. Yeah. Probably have to leak them to get rid of their worst thing. Or do we need to cycle looking for extinct? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we can't beat what they have on board, so we need to find... We need to look. We need to dig for extinction. Another Nipper on Death Touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can coil bug and play it. They're at 16 to our 16. Good news, though, Norbert. They're drawing 2 cards a turn, so don't worry about it. It's bad news when you're calling your opponent drawing 2 cards a turn good news. Interesting choice of menace there, because I'm snap blocking that thing with coil bug and death touch, and then bringing back coil bug for a bunch of chumping. I'm just doing the obvious stuff without mentioning that Oppo has a million cards, and I'm not really expecting any of this to work. And so if it does, I'm just happy that we're still not dead. Aw, poor Oppo had to choose between their companions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we get it all. Oh, I forgot that had flash. Sorry. I was just excited to be able to cast it all. That was just a punt. Yeah, playing around Eston Scatter. I don't think it mattered, but it was a punt. You know, I mean, it was a mistake. Like, again, I don't even want to tell you what a punt is. It was a mistake. It mattered not, but we try not to make mistakes. I mean, I'll tell you this, there's no shame in this format losing to excellent companion decks and excellent cycling decks. They're just too good. Gonna try and claw our way to 5 wins here. That's always my target. We've generally quite well surpassed it, but when you can get to 5 wins in the old premiere, you're doing pretty good. All right, we have a nice half sweeper and some good action. I love it. Could make that trade, but I actually want to do some looting. We'll take the 2. Although maybe we'll just do some cycling. If we loot, what's the plan? I'm going to cycle. I think I just want to... I mean, I could loot, but then I strand 2 mana, most likely. Unless we literally loot into a 2-drop. If I just cycle, we effectively get the card that we're looking for. We get to dig for the land we're trying to find, but we get to attack with a flyer. So I'm going to cycle. Now we can just cast a Gust, because we have a flyer. Kruzica is chatting just above you. Kruzica, consider yourself thanked. We could loot. What's Oppo doing? I don't know what's going on over there. I kind of like attack and either Deadeye capture up or just hardcast Oddity. Let's just hardcast Oddity. Mike likes holding stuff up. All right, maybe that would have stranded their mana. So Mike's line probably strands their mana, which is good. But I also don't mind that they used premium removal on, you know, what amounts to a fine card for us, but not anything we're terribly worried about. And here... kind of like Gust to set him back a little, draw a card, maybe find a land, and then look for looting if this doesn't produce a land. Okay, that produced a land. We want that. We still might want to loot. We're either looting or attacking. We're at 14, so we're not winning a race. Let's save for the loot. Although if I was going to loot, well, I want to, yeah, let's say no attacks. I like the block loot. Good call, Mike. So we're going to play the land and go ahead and give up the Facet Reader for this Boot Nipper if we can now. Yeah, so far I've seen a lot of even from Oppo. Loot. I'll pitch the land, though. Curdle. Maybe just want to bargain here. If we bargain, we have 5, we go 6, 7. One of them is a land that we play. I'm going to do that. Maybe it'll encourage them to build out their board more. And you want to just hold up 3 instants? I suppose. But if we do this now and find land, we can play land this turn. That's my only thinking, Mike. I mean, we have 4 instants, really, between... actually, we have 5? Instant, 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 instant. All right. We don't need to land that badly. We can wait. Hey, Robert. Thanks for the kind words. Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. And the sub. Bringing back another Nipper. We've got the extinction event waiting, so we're going to let this happen. And go ahead and bargain here. I'm just gonna clear these out, and it's not super exciting, but we have 3 removal spells in hand plus a copy. So what I want to do is kind of set the board to nothing, get rid of these 2 creatures, and then and now we're well set up to control this game unless they play something hexproofy. We can go commando and still have... Go commando, that's funny. and still have all of our 4 mana removals up, so I'll do that. We don't get the 1/1, but okay.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Yeah, Rocky, mostly you should just go for that 2-for-1. There are times where you should be greedy, but we're in a spot where the hand just suggests that we should not be greedy, right? Thank you for that sub, Sane Mantis. Appreciate it. And thank you all for being here. It's been a trying time for everybody in the world. We're all experiencing the same thing at the same time. It's kind of weird. I'm going to go ahead and do a no-value Deadeye if Oppo is not going to do anything, because then we can Blood Curdle, and I mean, this is a reasonable clock right here. 6 damage. If they're not going to do anything, we got instant speed kill. Okay. Against green-black, I'm still going to put this Nipper on Death Touch, I think. Although we are at 10, you could make an argument that we wouldn't mind a little bit of life total. What do you think, chat? Mike wants lifelink, East wants lifelink. We have 3 removal, that's a good point. I guess the removal in our hand demands the lifelink. And we can put a menace counter on it soon, after we copy and kill their upcoming threat. Or we can capture sphere it. Colonel just puts a counter on the Nipper right now. I think we capture sphere it because of the reanimation fears. Yeah, we don't want to trigger discard. We can just hold a land. We're going to draw a land, right? Yeah, they want to mutate, but are they really going to mutate on a captured creature? Do you think they're going to do that? Like, if they do, we're not unhappy. All right, well, I don't have the same fears that Chad is expressing about us being, you know, Oppo mutating onto Whisperer, but it's okay. If they get it back, if they reanimate it, we get to mess with them again. We could cycle the seas. Are we playing or cycling this? I think actually we cycle seas. 17 to 24. I think we're pretty far away from actually making an 8/8. So let's cycle and see what we get. Maybe we can get something that helps us right now. Land doesn't exactly do that, but I'll keep it in hand in case of discard. Delivery! There's a good thing to capture. You can even copy it, but I don't want to sack anything. I'm just going to keep holding this. Now, we don't have a basic mountain to fetch. Just going to get something else right now. Again, we get this copy and kill coming up. We even have the Night Squad Commando for indestructibility. Oh, they do have a human, so we could kill the human. If we curdle the ape now, they can make it, they can indestructible it, though. And then you're thinking we copy and fight and make our own ape and fight theirs and make it indestructible. Sure. Yes, I like Mike's line. So we're going to curdle here. Looks like we're screwing up, but we're not. No, Norbert, you're not seeing it. I think you're missing the plan. Mike's got a great plan that we are going to execute here. Maybe there was a slightly better way to do it, but this is a great plan, is my point. We can't fight? What are you talking about? This was the plan. Maybe I didn't explain it well. Yeah, again, I'm sure there was execution issues there, but and I'm gonna go with bug, and we'll just replay. Yeah, we'll replay the commando next turn. Yeah, that's true. We also didn't want him to block the human. Oh, did it have menace? I can't remember now. All right, we're gonna send in. Commando. And with them at 9, we're going to go ahead and Oddity Hardcast. Try and get there in the air. When are you supposed to use wildcards to get to 4x? I don't even bother. Here's my advice to you. Use wildcards when you have cards you want for a deck. Like, unless you're, like, truly deriving pleasure from the experience of having 4x of something, the fundamental point of a collection is to allow you to play decks. So use wildcards when you can't play a deck you want to play. What do I think of that line? I missed your line. I have to go look. Cycled the Oddity, gotten with the bug, and then played the commando. Yeah, we could have cycled the Oddity to give something else flying. That's true. Maybe giving something else 2-power flying was correct, and I was hasty to not cycle the Oddity. Because really, if you're giving something else 2-power and flying, you like cycling the Oddity is better. You just get an extra toughness, right? Oppo has the combo, but we have a lot of stuff that we can draw to disrupt it. We've got a brush swag, almighty brush swag. Ugh, the life gain equal to toughness is really nasty. Now we got a bunch of stuff we want dead. No flying. We don't have a lot of room to race, and maybe I shouldn't even be attacking with the oddity. Like, I guess but I want to hurt their life total to the extent that I can. It's just, yeah, this brushwag is going to be insane. 9/9 trample. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have enough to kill it though. So yeah, I'm going to send my flyer. We just need, our real problem is that we need to kill like 2 things here. We need the poacher dead, and we need this Gnar dead. And we got 0 removal in hand currently. What is our outs? We have Boot Nipper would make a good blocker. And then we've got our Mythic and our Void Beckoner. But we are really, we're out of our removal, basically. So we're in trouble, folks. Could be taking our second loss here. I guess if they go 3/3 token, we'll just throw these 2 in front anyway. Or like... here. And they can double pump Gnar. We need to find removal for it. So I'm not gonna worry about it. And for now, try and trade here, and we at least get the coil bug back. Mentor, lifelink. Maybe we can just make a flyer that... no. I still we have to try, though. I'm gonna make the birdie lifelink. Yeah, we're still looking for basically answers to this potential 9/9 trampler. And nothing else to do but absorb a little damage here from our bug. We only have 2 more lands in our 9 cards. So 7 of 9 to draw action, and the action available is a Boot Nipper, Of One Mind, Memory Leak, Reconnaissance Mission, Frostveil Ambush, Illuna, and Void Beckoner. So we got a lot of cycling, a lot of card draw, and a couple of big stuff that we really want. There's one of our lands, of course. 2 and 9 to draw one of those. Gotta go for some life here, I think. Chumping and a growing lifelink flyer could be our way out. I mean, we are at 19 against this threat of pump, pump, pump. You cannot kill these things. After we nuke the world, there's going to be nothing but durable coil bugs. Not pumping. Have they forgotten their NAR pumps? Have they pumped yet? Does Oppo know they have a 9.9? They keep spending all their mana, though, so maybe it's intentional? No. We're going to deck before they do, and nothing is going to change that, so I'm going to dig faster. I guess we're really digging faster. I can play this, and then we draw one. Certainly we are making our flyer 4. Yeah, maybe cycle is correct, and I'll do that now. Oh yeah, if we're going to cycle, though, I should leave my mana to cast our bomb, so let's just cycle off our extras there. Well, we don't need green. If we find it, we were going to mutate. Okay, so now we've got Death Touch. But let's start with an attack. Yeah, I can mutate off either, but if we want a hard cast, we need both. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we can't hard cast this, so I'm going to coil bug, and then we'll see what we want to do vis-a-vis surprise Death Touch. Lifelink, Death Touch. But I still think we go for... I really hate this lifelink. It's making our race hard again. But yeah, we got to kill the WAG, whether they remember or not. If they don't remember, we actually got to kill the Grim Dancer. But... we could just... yeah, actually... I actually like Baron's line. And Orcish Artillery's line. We take a turn to get rid of this lifelinker. We have 23 life. We can withstand, even if they figure it out and pump a bunch, we withstand. And we kill their lifelinker. We're going to get 5 lifelink back. And then we can even hard cast this if we want. Although, again, it still just trades for the Gnar. That's why Mike is all about cycling this, because the job of this card is to kill this Gnar, so we may as well draw a card out of it. All right, now I feel like we have to do this, or we're dead. And I'm going to put it here. Doesn't matter. We can hard cast this for some effect. How about that? I've been thinking about cycling this. We didn't even talk about hard casting this. I was totally thinking of this as cycle 1, and it's like, oh wait, we get their poacher and their trampler. This is dead. We could end up winning here. I've never hard cast this in the format before. Oh, this is why. Oh, so painful. Oh, that hurts. Hurts me right here. Oh, God, we had it. We had it. We're still okay, though. We're still okay. We're going to find our mythic bomb and still get out of this with 3 cards left. We can. We have to believe. We just need a Luna right now. Right off the top. Ready? Okay, that's a bit rough. Now I don't think we can. I think if we had a Luna there, we had a chance. Because they're at 12, we go 6-6, right? And although they would get some life. Anyway. Oh, we're totally... Like, we have 2 cards in our library. We're thin enough to... Yeah, but it doesn't... What does that do for us? We don't win. I mean, we can cycle for it, but it doesn't do anything for us. Because we can't win in time. Go out on our terms? Sure. Let's just show them. Let's show them what we were trying to do. Style points for mutating Ghidorah with an empty library. Wah, wah. Good game. They got our flyer. Oh, man, we almost had it. That was a good one. We at least had lines up to the very end, which is what you're hoping for in a game of Magic. But now we're at our limit. We have won 3 times, so we get 1,000 back no matter what. That's nice. Really want to hit the 1,400, 1,600. These next 2 wins are so big for the steep curve of payouts. So let's see what we can do. Maybe if our mythic bomb isn't on the bottom of our library, we can find a win here. And we're in the 2 loss bracket. Should be a little easier. He says, about ready to face a companion. Probably companion. Ready? Here comes companion. It's always a companion. Well, we have a Boot Nipper and an Extinction event. We're missing colors, but I'm going to keep on the strength of these 2 cards and the ability to cast them with any land. I don't think they would do that. It's an interesting idea. Sand Bouncy talks about Deathsea saying, but we could do it. Do you want to remaster? We could remaster this set using the Heroku app, move rarities on the cycling stuff, and try it. Oh, that was a good game, man. You broke my heart killing that flyer. We thought we had you until you got the flyer. could cycle the Oddity. I'm going to just play the Facet Reader here. Pitching the Coil Bug to it's like drawing a card. Yeah, we decided to show you what was on the bottom of our library that we were trying to get to. And could just go with a hardcast 2/4 flyer right now, though. Looks like we've got a 2, a 2, and a 4. Oppo's playing a 3, so maybe we can move towards Extinction Event on Odd. Yeah, there's a lot of special cards in this format that kind of wreck your ability of visual identification of Magic cards. I haven't hid them. I figure most people on stream are cool with it, but what is this trophy? I didn't know there was a trophy pet. Is that just that David Dowie did well last season or something? Oddity v Oddity. Oh, they picked PVDDR and we're correct. I never did that. We're early enough here that we're going to go ahead and seize. But I should probably... I think we're going to play Backwater almost no matter what. I want to go seize... Actually, I'm just going to go seize coil... No, let's loot the Coil Bug away and then play seize. Oh, wait. We got to play seize first, though, so we get the draw. Mary Sconsters, well played. Restart. Well played. Well, I mean, we could get rid of the Coil Bug. We could also get, just cast it. I'll pitch it though. Play this. We can loot this away next turn. And I don't want to trade Nipper for the Link, so we hold back here. We have some Menace trigger stuff. We can get Menace on this. Then a Menace Boot Nipper with Death Touch is quite nice. So far, this is my favorite pet. I'll say that. Actually, what does it do? This is mutated onto a Lynx. Okay. Upgraded the Lynx, made a 3/3. But by they kept this odd. This is even. Unfortunately, they're playing a lot of stuff that's technically even. And we're all about even. Just so. Play or cycle. We're not really getting through for anything, so I kind of want to cycle this as well. Memory Leak, I'm going to hard cast on him. Exuberant, Thwart, and Rumble. Don't really care about any of our creatures. I kind of like they can have the Rumble. Maybe they get an eventual 8/8 with that. I kind of like taking away the wolf bear and playing around thwart and letting him get something with rock slide. Do they have any humans? They don't have any humans. But I still like taking away the 4/4. And if they want to trade, like, I'll block with a boot nipper and make them use the thwart or something. Right on, double. Get there. Thanks. Thanks, Adrian. All right, where are we at? Ooh, we found a dark bargain. Maybe start with a dark bargain and then a loot. Yeah, it's non-bow with the... It's a non-bow with ominous seas, but it's not a non-bow with, you know, winning attrition games. Uh-huh. We can't cast this yet, but we would like to think we will. We could take another avian oddity and start getting in the air. Could also, yeah, I think we want... Deadeye is interesting, though. Deadeye... What do you like besides... Obviously, we're taking our Mythic, but what do you like? Oddity or Deadeye is our second card. Deadeye kind of will force them to use this in some ways. Oddity. I'm taking Oddity. We can make a 8/8 flyer. Nice, T-Bone. Welcome to Magic. And welcome to the stream. Glad you found us, and glad you found Magic. No attacks here, though. We're just going to end it and loot before we untap. Yeah, that's true. Deadeye is a very good pick, but I do stand by cycling this to give something awesome flying. That's pretty cool. Maybe they'll go after our avian oddity. Now we got to get him to use this rock slide before we show him our bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They may be holding out to deal with an 8/8 with their rock slide. Always loot. And we'll give up the land, even though it wouldn't be terrible. Another land. But this one, we can use it to actually be able to mutate this dude. I'm gonna loot now. Actually, wait, maybe I need to... actually, if we want to basically do this next turn, we can bring back the coil bug to loot it. In which case, we're going to play the Evolving Wilds and do that whole sequence at the end of their turn. Yeah, we get an attack with the Kraken, so there's that. Crack attack. I'm going to start... Well, actually, we'll do this last. Let's go Coil Bug and Loot. In case we find one of the lands we're looking for or want to loot it away or something. I'm going to loot first. There's some reasons to do it the other way around. I think it's pretty close and probably not a huge deal. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Good on Oppo. Yeah, Wild first would have thinned, but also finding like a mountain, or finding a red-black tap land would allow us to go search for a forest with confidence, so that's what I was thinking. We could do the hard cast here again. I kind of want to get them to do something before we do this. No, we don't have a mountain to choose, but if we found the red, of course, then we can't cast next turn. But I want them to use this before we do this anyway, right? I'm gonna loot now, although we could do the bug again. If we do the bug again, why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We pay 5. We end up with 1 mana left. So we could do that again, but if we do that, we should just do it at the end of their turn again. And, yeah, maybe Curdle the Gnar. I kind of like, I like Silas's line. We want to Curdle the Gnar, and then the question is, where are we putting this counter? Because I think they're gonna... I like actually putting it here, as suggested, because then this is an easy attack, and it kind of becomes a thing they probably want to take out with the Rock Slide. I didn't like the mutate target in Gnar. I feel like there's a lot of power there. It was playing against potential future. On the immediate board, this would be the better pick. If you promised me they would never mutate again, I would be in for the oddity, but fear of mutate. Yeah, no worries. It's a reasonable thing. It may be correct to not worry about mutate, take their flyer blocker, and start getting it in the air better, especially because we could cycle and make another flyer. And it's kind of like, I mean, we could just do that. We can, if I cycle the oddity and make the Nipper fly, they can't even choose to block with their oddity anymore. They do have Thwart. You want to hard cast it, Zach? We could just, but if we make a menace, or we can even give, try to eventually give this menace. I'm going to cycle and turn our Nipper into... Yeah, I'm going to continue to try and make targets where they want to... go for this nipper. Interesting. We can gust of wind here. Yeah, gusting token seems nice. Let's see what that produces. Mike wants to gust the flyer. What, you don't like just killing the token, Mike? I mean, it does push damage through, but I don't know if this is the... If we're, like, worrying about push damage. Maybe the token doesn't matter. But then they could just cycle and make this fly, right? If we do the Aven Oddity, they cycle and make the beast a 3/3 flyer. Let's just bounce the token. And lifelink on this flyer is interesting. Well, so is this, though, right? I just like killing the creature. Sure. If we do this, they have to use the rock slide on it now. Now they've got to. This is the best nipper ever. No, we're not even trying. Like, I'm trying to make a target they can't refuse with the rock slide. Making them rock slide. And we know most of their cards. I'm going to send in the Aven Oddity. If we can compel them to race, that's fine too. Mike says no point. I say there's a small chance they decide to come back the other way. I know it bounces, but I want them to attack us. Maybe they will. Probably not, but you know. Oh my god, that's the best name I've ever heard, Mensch. Yeah, ambush next turn is pretty strong, but I'm expecting a rock slide here, and if they rock slide, we're gonna go for Ghidorah next turn.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thanks for that gift sub, Kruzika. Appreciate it. Yeah, if they don't, we will go ahead and mutate onto it, and then it's like... There we go. They finally had to do it. Four versus a 3 and another 4. So we're still... Our extinction event is not incredible. And anyway, pass to attackers. Loot. I'm gonna get rid of the commando, I think. I could even get rid of the extinction event. Doesn't look like we're gonna cast it anytime soon, but it's a nice failsafe. So, is it both? Yeah, 9 mana ambush is a lot. So I think we just had to get rid of the ambush. Yeah, good call, Baron. We're doing this anyway. We could one mine first, though. Little nip. We could hard cast, but I like doing this right now. It works. Five. We got 5 cards in deck. Good point. Do we have anything? What's in our library? We've got an Avian Oddity, a Capture Sphere, a Blood Curdle, and a couple of land. So that's good. Got good action still left. Yeah, that was a lot of exiling right there. Probably not bothering to loot then. Although winning fast is what we want to do, so maybe we do want to loot. Mike just says gain land. You don't want to loot anymore? Looting for removal so they can't chump and we win faster. Capture Sphere and Blood Curdle and make another flyer are the things we could get via looting. Now we have an 8 and a 5, so we're in an awkward spot again with the event. They did have another rock slide. We have an 8-8 though, so I guess that clears it up. We can go for odd, and we only lose our mentor that's not even doing anything, and they lose their Skybonder, and we can Capture Sphere the Oddity. So this will force them to use the thwart, and then they have to have something else. So we go, yeah, event on 3 is fine. We're looking to get rid of this and tap this because we don't want to kill our 8 drop, so we are choosing odd. Just being very careful here. Rock slide. Second rock slide. We forced them to use the first one, but they had a second one. All right. Tight, but we got there. Another good game. Great win. I want to get to 5, of course, but really 4 is the big jump. If you go from 1,000 gems to 1,400 gems on a 1,500 entry, 1,400 gems, 3 packs, and the cards you opened is basically your money back. It's not quite profit, but this is it's, as far as I'm concerned, 4 wins breaks you even. So I'm happy to be broken even, and now we will see if we can get some real profit. All right, I like an Ominous Seas on 2 here. Can't quite do profit meme because I think it's break even. I'll give you a profit meme if we can truly, if we get our 5th win here. Oh, we're up against, what do you know, a companion. So if we get more aggro than Ominous Seas, I would, but we can't, so we're going to do this. One of our other losses in this event was to a Karuga deck. All right, well, if you're going to redeem it, I have no choice, do I? Well, I'm going to leak here and see if we can't disrupt their curve out. Too bad we can't leak away that. Boar, pangolin, curdle. Take a recluse to take him off of a 3-drop. I don't think we care that much, though. Yeah, I think we need curdle so that we remove their ability to deal with an eventual 8/8. I mean, they may find one by then, but I think curdle is good. We can put Death Touch and then mentor it into a life link and still cycle this turn. Might not want to cycle, though, because the mission might be worthwhile next turn, depending on what they play and what if they attack. Since they're not attacking... Well... Is it greedy to not cycle here? I think it's greedy to not cycle. I'm gonna cycle. I don't think we're casting that super soon. Ooh, Extinction Event. What does that do for us? We've got an even, they've got odd and even, and this odd coming up. So let's only play even stuff for now and try to get an odd event. So with that in mind, we can oddity here. Hardcast oddity is fine. And then we can gust for cheaper next turn. No attacks here, though. We're not going to trade for the pangolin. No blocks. I like gusting the boar, and maybe they do something. Maybe they bring down the 5er next turn. And we can do this and go mentor. We set ourselves up for having to kill the mentor with Extinction Event, but I like getting lifelink on the oddity here and trying to race up top. Well, I'm just doing this. And we could send in and give it Death Touch and have an 8/8 ready. The Death Touch doesn't matter right now, though. So I'm just going to all attack and see what we want to do. And I will go ahead and play the Backwater. Yeah, but we're going to extinct on odd. Putting it there because the mentor's going to die. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were at my end of turn. I would have let him attack in, but I thought we were here. So I maybe gave him a... But they'd be silly to attack into that anyway. But I thought we were at end of turn. We can go extinct. We can activate extinct and go. A bold no block. Do they have something for the oddity? But by cycling Kerjack, we got an 8/8 attacking that turn. Hey, a rare from the card rewards. That's nice. I'll take that. And look, now I'll give you a free profit meme. Or I'll try. Come on now, profit meme. Boy, with the success I've been having in Premiere and the medium I've been having in Best of 3, it makes me just want to camp out in Premiere.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Hey, congratulations, Buckeye. We have a Top X limited player on the stream here. Good job, Buckeye Boomerang. Very well done. And yeah, we can keep all this. It's fine. Got bug, we got cycling. Probably just cycle on one here. Yeah, I think today is the last day to make yourself a fresh account and have get free drafts. I was gonna Dustfang Mentor, but actually I'm gonna, since we don't have a fourth land, I'm gonna go ahead and cycle this oddity, get the bug in the air, and look for a fourth land. Oh, to get free. Yeah. Oh, no, you should have gotten one, Blast Beat. I mean, you should have gotten one anyway, but if you want to just start a free account, you can get a free draft. So, and you don't even need, like, you don't even need to, like, create an email. Like, they don't even ask you anything. All you have to do is say, my email address is blah, 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 at whatever, at gmail.com. Create an account, go in and play, and you can throw that account away forever. I mean, it's just literally free. All you have to do is make up an email. They don't even say, now go to your email and confirm it, and then we'll let you play. They're just like, sure, you're in. All right, we found our fourth land. Definitely playing that. We can go Gust with Boot Nipper. I think I like that. Let's send this 3-drop back. Slow their roll a bit and drop a Nipper on DT. I don't know, like, you have to come up with something unique. I mean, you can't sign up for an account using an email that is somebody's email they've signed up for. You just use an actual email address you have from some backup spare account or whatever. You should use your old work email. Pick an old work email address that is no longer functioning. Yeah, I'm playing a little quickly maybe with Mentor, and I got on Lifelink. That could have been a stronger consideration. That's totally fair. I just went with my default Death Touch, but we have lifelink combos in hand, so a perfectly reasonable approach would be to lifelink this thing up. But see, I knew they were going to do that. It was just all a total awareness of Oppo's intentions. We can now go Mentor on the Coil Bug. Or we could a Dark Bargain looking for a land drop. We could cycle looking for a land drop. We could cycle here looking for a land drop. We don't want to put another flyer counter there, though. I'm going to go Mentor. It's not using all of our mana, but I like that we get a lifelink Death Touch in the air, and we can start growing it. If we find a land next turn, we can... Well, can't do much but grow. Now they're going to kill our Coil Bug. No, I don't think, you know, Rabbit Man, I think they don't tell you to go to your email and click the confirmation link. They just let you log in. See ya, Kruzica. Thanks for your hanging out and all your good lines today. You were seeing the board well. And Menace, and a Menace Pumper, and whenever a creature you control with Menace becomes block, we have to sacrifice a creature blocking it, so we're kind of racing. They're on 2, so Extinction Event on 2 looks like it could be good. Right now, we like our 2, so don't know how much we want to do that. It's only 2 to activate this, so we could cycle looking for a land. Death Touch. We could Flying Lifelink Death Touch. But maybe we just want Death Touch on the Mentor. Especially if we're going to potentially eventually Extinction Event on odd. Or, sorry, on even. I'm going to cycle and look for a land. Oh, I guess I was intending to put it there. I found the land. I just got excited by my bug. I talked it all through, intended to put the Death Touch there, and then didn't. But maybe our Coil Bug will just get there. Oh, really? That's weird, Dirt Sleep, because Gmail ignores periods. So if you... If you use... Do they have the sack? They probably have the sack coming. We're going to lose our Mentor to that. Well, this just will hasten our decision to use Extinction Event. I'm assuming this Coil Bug gets thrown at our Mentor right now. Indeed. Now play a 2-drop. No, it's the 3-drop. Coil Bug could come back. Doesn't do much. We could try trading Deadeye for the odd creature and then Extinction Event next turn for even. I think I'm going to do that. That's very clever then, if that works. Because if MTGA sees it as a different email address, but but Google sees it as the same, that could be very good for you. So yeah, I'm gonna try and leap out and jump in the way of this Raptor and hope that Oppo adds another even card to the board. Bleh. That is not what's happening. And it means that if they go for the Raptor Menace, we might just have to even try to Lurking Deadeye one of the even cards. And now take out odds, huh? How things change. Or maybe I just Dark Bargain here for a second. The only thing we can do with the Deadeye is Coil Bug, and they get that back. No, we could block the Coil Bug. It would just not be very good, right? But we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going to 10. We could go to 8 on the Dark Bargain, but then how... I guess we're untapping, extinctioning, and then what are we doing there? Like, I think I need to do this just because we're that desperate. Like, I don't want our life total to get this low. So even though this is ostensibly kind of a terrible trade, it saves 2 life and gives us a chance to claw our way out of this. And I think I'm going to try and hard cat... what do we do? I think I just have to name odd on this and get rid of these 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we don't get to cast anything, unfortunately. But we also only take up to like 4. Had to do that though. Too much power from that stuff. That's a lot of pump. They want to go pump, pump, pump. All right, as I say, it kind of puts us... I see why they're doing it, because it puts us in a spot where we need, like, Blood Curdle, but we got it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Curdle is not castable. I mean, we could cycle Oddity, but then we're taking a huge risk. "7-0 in Ikoria. Nice, High Dark." That's the idea. Let them go for the win. They're thinking about just offering this. Maybe they have a 4 they want to play. One, 2, we have 7 now. We can hardcast Oddity and Commando. We lose out on a token in that case, but we can stabilize pretty well against what we see here at least. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to forsake 1/1 token value, just get our board rebuilt a bit. And then have Dark Bargain and Coil Bug available for next turns. And if that's their play, I'm happy with that. I'm gonna attack Oddity. We got to get him dead. We could, in fact... I'm willing to do this. Let's put him on a 4-turn clock here and Coil Bug now. Or if they want to spend 7 mana a turn preventing damage from Commando, that's cool too. I'm gonna run out my land. We have card draw, so we may need the mana. Interesting. Curdle means they have an attack here if they want it. Do they want it? They do. After we resolve a dark bargain, Baron, for sure, right? I mean, boy, we could look at their hand. I bet it's a land, though. I'm gonna cycle. I think this is not worth leaking at them. You should skip all the tutorial stuff, and then at the end of it, they should give you a draft token. Yeah, there's some burn that can go to the face, but we don't have the luxury. I'm gonna risk it. Yeah, I'm gonna bargain to 1. Doesn't feel that much different than being at 3. And yeah, we'll go ahead and put this Nipper on lifelink. And do we attack? Nah, because then we're 1 removal away from just losing. So we got to say no attacks here. Oh yeah, it might have stopped with the season reset. Mike has a good point. Sorry, Blast, if it was too late. Corpse Churn, pretty strong. I forget all what they have in there. I'm just going to let them show us. We needed all 3 of these if they swing in. Although we don't need to put the oddity on, this does the trick, right? We sack 1 and the other kills. Is it our choice? Whenever a creature you controlled with menace becomes blocked, defending player sacks a creature. Okay, we get to sack, so 2 is fine. We sack the bug and we trade on the Nipper. They can pump. They doesn't have trample though, so and it's a power pump only, not toughness pump. Here's the facet reader that Baron was saying, hey, when do we hold lands to loot? And I already pitched a land, so made 1 mistake on that front already. Here, though, we're going to go Coil Bug. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can 7 on Coil Bug and then still facet read. And then that gives us ability to block, and then we still end up with an Avian Oddity back that we can cast for attacking action. So I'm going to do this. Looks like we needed all the land anyway. And again, if we, I mean, we could keep 2. If we keep 2 back, we lose to removal, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, Manus seems to do a lot of work. Often the boards are pretty low on creatures. It's just we've invested a lot in mutate, and we've got 1 mutate thing or whatever, so definitely can happen. Here, do we just give up the reader to trade off with the Coil Bug and keep our flyer? I think I think at 11 life, we just do it this way and sack the reader and trade for the bug again. I was looking forward to doing some looting, but I think this is correct. Lost the lifelink. We had lifelink. Yeah, that's a real problem. We now need to, like, cycle for removal, I think. So we have Ominous Seas, Of One Mind, Mythos, Reconnaissance Mission. We do have a Blood Curdle. So only, not a lot of chance to find it, but we have a 1 in 12 to find our Blood Curdle for this thing. So we're in a spot where we're going to be, like, blocking each turn and trying to stay alive. Double Bird gets 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it still just takes out 1, and then the other one gets it. Okay, yeah, we can double block with Avian Oddity, and even in this situation still... No, because we had to sack 1. Can we get both out? If we get everything out, then we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 7. We can't. 1 mana short from that play. It was a good idea, but we're 1 mana short. So I'm cycling. Why are we putting Pump in their hand? We're putting Pump on the creature. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't get the counters, right? So... Oh, we can fight, right? Yeah, we get to fight. Excellent. Hey, look, our bringing this in totally worked. Wow. Forest paying off indeed. And they didn't pump? Thanks for not pumping, Oppo. I guess they get a little depressed there and didn't bother pumping? And now that makes me want to attack. It's risky, but boy, we got to get him dead, or we're just gonna lose the advantage we gained. So, and we're not even dead to removal. We go to 1 with removal, so I'm gonna do it. If we were dead to removal, I would not do it. If going to 1 on removal is acceptable. Yeah, I guess Flame Spill does do it, but we're gonna not play around that. And we're out of looting, so I'm also gonna just play my land. Oh no! Oppo's a genius. I salute them. That was great. Good job, Oppo. Well played, well played. I can't even be mad about that. That was just great. All right. Well, we end up with a normal result for once. What do you know? Gosh, we could have, like, if we'd thought to play around specifically that, we still could have had it. But yeah, there was a total method to the no pump. So Oppo not depressed. Oppo trying to make us a little depressed with a great play. So all we can do is salute that, though, and be happy we got our profit, right? Or we could play around it. I don't know. Nobody thought of it. If we thought of that specific line, do we do anything differently there. I mean, of course, we just stay back and try to get through for survive through that. So anyway, just great play from Oppo. Great games today. A much better day today than yesterday. Yesterday felt like not only was I not having success, but the games were a little weird, and like my one win came from a system crash and Oppo quitting or whatever, right? Like yesterday was a little bit whatever. Today, feeling good. That was a lot of fun. I had a great. We missed out on a killer cycling deck that didn't show itself to us early on in the draft, but ultimately, a lot of fun was had there. We can open some packs. Any mythics? Got one mythic out of this. That's all right. And I'll get to some questions here. First, let me say goodbye to our YouTube friends, though. Thank you for hanging out for that one. I had a lot of fun. It wasn't red-white cycling. It wasn't 7-win, but we got our profit and had some great games. This is why we play Magic today, as far as I'm concerned. You don't max win every time, but I show up here because this game is so fun to play, and I think today really showed that. It was a lot of interesting decisions and fun matches today. So thanks to Wizards for a great game, and thanks to all of my Oppos for great games, and thanks to YouTubers for hanging out. See ya.